This is honestly one of my most requested YouTube videos to make on how to set up Dash Trader Pro. And honestly, when I first started using Dash, it looked like something straight out of the 1900s. But there's a way to make it more modern and way better. And there's features on there that you never thought that there would be possible, like risk control. Something that automatically stops you out and you don't have to cancel any single orders if it hits a certain percentage point. It's just like a barrier that you don't know exists until it hits. Like an extra layer of protection. And I wish I had that when I first got started trading, because I would never blown an account in the first place with that. And that would help me so much to not hold my losers that long. But without further ado, we're going to get right into all the hotkeys, all the buttons, every single thing that I use on Dash, how to set it up from scratch right here, right now. Let's get right into it. Alright, so when you first open up Dash, you're going to see a bunch of different windows here. Just click out of everything and start from scratch right here. Now, we have to go over the main things first and how to actually configure everything. Now, the first thing you're going to want to need is how to execute trades. This is what I use it for. So we're going to go to quotes. We're going to go to options chain. We're going to type in SPY. Now, you're going to have something like this. Now, if you're like me, you can't have calls and puts on this one single thing right here. You're going to need two of these. So you're going to have to open up another one. So you're going to have to go to quote, and you're going to have to go to option chain. So each one's going to be for calls, one's going to be for puts. Now what you want to do is right click this and click pop out. This will allow you to take it out of this gray area right there, just like this. Now I'm going to move this to the side right over here, and let's pop this one out as well. So it's going to pop this out. And then we could just minus this area for now. We're just going to be working on these option chains because it takes a little bit to actually get started here. Now, you're going to see this little anchor thing. What you want to do is hold this and drag it over to this option chain right here. This will link both of them. Now, one could be selected for calls. One could be selected for puts. What I like to have on the screen right here is the last, the volume, and the open interest on both of them. So I'm able to narrow it down like this on both of these. So now we have these two. Now the reason why we linked it is because if I want to go to Tesla, they both will show the calls here and the puts right here. But right now this thing is ugly, right? We have to figure out how to make this better. So we're going to right click it, no title bar, and watch. Look how nice and clean that looks at the top. Same thing here. You're going to go here and no title bar right there. Perfect. Still, I'm not messing with these colors. So I'm going to right click, hit center to in the money, out the money. This will center it to exactly the right strike price at the money. Now you're going to right click this and hit configure. Now what you're going to do, change these colors. Now I like to color code it in a way where out the money is just white, but the in the money color represents calls and puts. So calls green, puts red. So I have extra protection so I know which side is calls, which side is puts, just in case. So now that we just changed this color, now we have to go over here and change this color. We're going to right click this, configure, and just do the same thing here. Change the out the money to white. And then we're going to make this red since this is puts. So we have to get the montage window. This is exactly how I execute. So we're going to go to this montage window. We're going to go here. We got the montage window. You're going to right click this and we're going to pop it out. I'm mimicking my exact execution area. You guys can see the link to my trading setup. My actual setup is right here. We're just going over how to set it up. So we had the montage window here. We're going to right click it and go to no title bar. Again, same thing we did with these option chains. I don't like the top area right there. Alright, so now we're going to have to right click this and go to layout configure. We're going to go to window style right here. You're going to click this little arrow. All you want is trade and hot button. You're going to hit OK. You're going to hit OK. And it's going to look something like this. So now, when you're about to enter a contract, you're going to hold this, drag this over here, and it will show you the contracts. Same thing if you have puts. You're going to move this and drag it over here. But the thing is, you're going to need two of these. And all you got to do to execute is you just drag this down. You drag this down. Now, here's the best part about this feature. You can right click here to add a button. These are hot buttons. You haven't heard of this before. You right click it, you add a row. Let's say there's 3. Each button can do something. So what you want to do is copy this exact thing. Now, the share equals your quantity. So let's just say, for example, let's say we want this button to buy 10 contracts. You're going to put 10 right there. You're going to label this buy 10. The text color and the back color. So we're going to make the text color the black, and we're going to make this green. You're going to hit OK. Now this looks kind of ugly, so you're going to right click the button and we're going to adjust the font. We're going to make this bold and we're going to make that 9. That looks a lot better. Now we're going to do the same thing here, right? We're going to copy and we're going to paste it to the right. Copy again, paste it to the right. Now we're going to get rid of this button. We're going to get rid of this button. Now we have these 3. Now you can right click this, edit this, and then change this to like 25. And then you're going to have to edit the name of it as well. 25. You want to do right here. Same thing here. 25. We're going to buy 25. Or let's do 50. Let's make it just different. So next, you're going to add another row. This could be for sell 75%, etc., etc. Let's do 2 rows right here. We're going to edit this. Copy this exact thing if you want to sell 75%. So we're going to put sell 75%. We're going to make the text color black, and we're going to make the background red. The font's going to be there. Sell 75%. Right click this, copy, and then paste to the right. Delete this button. Now for the sell 75%, what if I want to sell 50%? You just put a 0.50, and then you got to make sure that you change. You have to make sure you change the number as well, or else you're going to be accidentally selling 50% when we're supposed to sell 75%. So here's the 2 buttons right here. So now we're going to add another row. We're going to have one single button here. We're going to edit this button. Now the back is going to be black, and the text color is going to be white. This is going to be stop loss to break even. You can copy this thing exactly. Stop loss to break even. Now, our last button on this montage is edit, cancel all, open orders. All you do is copy there, hit OK, and that is my exact execution thing. All you gotta do is right click this, save as default, hit OK, right click this, load default, and now you have 2 of them. This is exactly how you execute. You buy whatever amount, you sell 75%, sell 50%, stop loss to break even, cancel all. This is how I execute. Now, how do we get the time and sales? Time and sales, quote, time and sales. We're going to pop that out. Make sure there's no title bar. And then we're going to pop out another montage window. Right click this, configure. Now make sure it's not divided by 100 whatsoever. Make sure Arial 9 bold. We're going to go down and go down. This is my exact settings right here. So these are my exact colors right here as well. Now this one's unfiltered, right? We have the bid, price, ask, and quantity. Make sure this is all set up right there. So it's going to look something like this. Now what you're going to want to do is in that new montage window, click SPY. You're going to hold this anchor, move it over to here. There you go. Now you don't need this montage window anymore. And now you have the time and sales. But what if you want to filter it? Because I have 2. I have one regular like this so I can see the speed. But I also have one filtered. Well, what you're going to do is go here, time and sales. Right click that, configure, go all the way down. And then greater than or equal to 1,000. So this will filter out any orders above 1,000. Now you're going to drag this anchor, move it over here. All orders above 1,000 will come here. And now this thing should filter out any quantity above 1,000 or equal to 1,000 quantity, which will help to see those really big orders coming in. And then you just get rid of this montage window again. And that's exactly how I set up the time and sales, the hot buttons, my execution, my options right here. Now, some other cool features. Right click this. So you're going to go to setup. You're going to go to tools, market clock. Here's your market clock. You right click that and you can make the background black. This is exactly what I do. And then you can have countdown to market close, countdown to market open. I don't have any of that. I just have this. And exactly like that. And then I just pop this out, right click, make sure no title bar. And then I just pop that out. And this is exactly what mine looks like. If you want to resize it, you go like that and then just move this over. See how it's filtering out every order above 1,000. And the last thing on this list is actually a risk control feature. If you go right click to your account, so if you go here, you go to trade, you go to your accounts. When you see your account there, you're going to right click it and it's going to say risk controlled. If it's grayed out, contact Dash support and tell them to turn on that risk control. When they turn that on, there is a feature on there that will help you, especially if you're new, something called a max loss. Once you reach that max loss for the day, it will not allow you to take another trade. And that percentage as well. If you're in a position and your percentage is negative 10% or higher, you could have it to sell when it reaches that negative 10%. Because when you're first getting started, you might not have that discipline to sell right away. And you might do what I used to do and just hold that position until zero. So what Dash does is when you're at negative 10% on that position size or negative 5% or whatever you set that to, it would automatically sell for you without having to cancel anything. Unlike having a regular stop loss, which is the best feature on Dash, especially for newer traders. So hopefully this video helped you guys out with Dash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.